decided this would be my last ride of the night. It was 1:47 a.m., the kind of hour where the streets feel empty but heavy, like something is watching from the dark. I was parked outside a closed gas station, engine running, fingers tapping the steering wheel, waiting for the app to go quiet. Then my phone buzzed. New ride request. Pickup location, Pine Ridge Road. Drop off, Hillview. I frowned. I'd been driving Uber for 3 years in this city, mostly night shifts. I knew every shortcut, every dead end, every sketchy block you avoided after midnight, but I had never heard of Pine Ridge Road. I zoomed in on the map. Nothing. No street name, no buildings, just a thin gray line cutting through a patch of black space like the map hadn't fully loaded. I told myself it was a glitch. Uber glitches happen all the time, right? Against my better judgment, I tapped accept. The GPS immediately rerouted me, pulling me off the main road and into a neighborhood I didn't recognize. The houses thinned out quickly. Streetlights stopped appearing. Even my radio started crackling, fading in and out like it couldn't decide whether to stay alive. The closer I got, the quieter everything became. No cars, no people. No sound except my tires on the asphalt. Then I saw her. She was standing at the edge of the road, perfectly still, wearing a long dark coat. Her hair hung straight down, covering part of her face. No phone in her hand. No movement. Just waiting. I slowed down. The app confirmed, arrived. She opened the back door and got in without saying a word. The car felt colder instantly. Hey, I said, forcing a friendly tone. How's it going tonight? No answer. I checked the rearview mirror. She was sitting upright, hands folded in her lap, staring straight ahead. Her reflection didn't quite line up with the movement of the car, like there was a slight delay. I swallowed. Hillview, right, a pause. Then she spoke, softly, calmly, double quotes, yes, that's where I'm going. Her voice sounded distant, like it was coming from somewhere far away, not the back seat. I started driving. After a few minutes, curiosity got the better of me. So, Hillview, is that a new development? I don't think I've been there before. She turned her head slowly toward me. No, she said, it's been there a very long time. The GPS suddenly glitched. The road ahead blurred, then straightened into something unfamiliar. Trees appeared on both sides, tall and packed tight, blocking out the sky. The city lights were gone. I checked my signal. No bars. That's when I noticed something that made my stomach drop. The estimated arrival time kept changing, not counting down, but adding minutes. 10 minutes, 15, 22. I was driving forward, but getting farther away. I glanced at the rearview mirror again. Her eyes were locked on mine. You missed the turn, she said. I didn't. I started, then stopped, because the road behind us was gone. Where the street should have been was nothing but darkness, like the world simply ended where we'd come from. My hands tightened on the wheel. Where exactly is Hillview? I asked. She smiled, and for the first time I saw that her smile was wrong, too wide, too still. It doesn't exist anymore, she said softly, but everyone ends up there eventually. The app pinged, destination updated, and that's when I realized this Uber trip wasn't taking me somewhere unknown. It was taking me somewhere that shouldn't exist at all. The trees closed in tighter as we drove. They weren't normal trees either. Their branches bent toward the road, twisted and bare like fingers trying to grab the car. My headlights barely cut through them. Beam felt weak, like the darkness was swallowing the light. I tried the radio again. Nothing. Not even static now. Just silence. I glanced at the clock. 1:52 a.m. 5 minutes had passed since pickup, but it felt longer, heavier, like time itself was dragging its feet. In the back seat, she hadn't moved. Her reflection stayed perfectly centered in the mirror, eyes open, unblinking. Look, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. My GPS is acting weird. I might need to turn back. She tilted her head slightly. There is no turning back, she replied. The app vibrated, recalculating route. I slowed the car, then stopped completely. The engine idled, low and nervous. I opened the Uber app, my thumb hovering over cancel ride. The button was there, but it was gray, unresponsive. My chest tightened. That's strange, I muttered, more to myself than to her. She leaned forward just enough for her breath to fog the back of my neck. It won't let you, she whispered. I froze. Cold crawled up my spine. I hadn't heard her move. No seat shifting, no fabric rustling, She was suddenly just a closer. I swallowed hard. Why not? Because you already accepted, she said. And everyone who accepts finishes the trip. The road ahead dipped downward, sloping into a shallow fog. The fog wasn't thick, just thin enough to hide what came next. That's when I saw it. A road sign .old, rusted, crooked. My headlights hit it just long enough for me to read the words. Hillview -3 miles. My heart started pounding. See, she said calmly. It exists, but I've never heard of it, I replied. She sat back again. You wouldn't, she said. They stopped putting it on maps after the accident. I tightened my grip on the wheel. What accident? For a moment, she didn't answer. Then the car temperature dropped again. Several, she said. The fog thickened. Shapes began appearing beyond the trees, broken fences, leaning mailboxes, cracked pavement. It looked like a neighborhood, but abandoned midlife, like everyone just stood up and left at the same time. No lights, no movement, no sound. The GPS suddenly spoke, its voice distorted and slow. You have arrived. Almost. I slammed the brakes. The car screeched to a stop. Straight ahead was a gate. Tall iron bars, bent outward, and behind it, rows of headstones. I stared. This is a cemetery, I whispered. She smiled again. No, she corrected softly. It's a destination. The app chimed once more. Estimated arrival, 2 minutes. My hands were shaking now. I'm not taking you in there, I said. She leaned forward, her face finally clear in the mirror. Her skin looked pale to pale. You already are, she said, and you're right on time. The gate began to open by itself. The gate opened with a slow metal screen. I didn't touch anything. I didn't move. Yet the car rolled forward on its own, tires crunching over gravel like it had made the decision for me. My foot hovered over the brake, useless. The steering wheel felt stiff, heavy in my hands. I'm not doing this, I whispered. The app disagreed. Trip in progress. The cemetery stretched wider than it should have. Rows of headstones disappeared into the fog, some cracked, some sinking into the ground like they were being pulled under. My headlights passed over names, dates, too many dates. Recent ones. I stopped the car again, right in the middle of the path. Ending the ride, I said, my voice shaking. I tapped end trip once twice nothing. The button flickered, then vanished completely. My breathing grew shallow in the back seat. She finally shifted. The sound of fabric against leather felt unbearably loud. You don't recognize this place, she said. It wasn't a question, no, I replied. And I don't want to. She leaned toward the window, gazing out at the headstones like she was looking at old neighbors. You drove past it once, she said softly, years ago. A chill ran through me. I've never, yes. She interrupted. You have. I checked the mirror again. Her face looked clearer now, younger, sadder. The wrongness was still there, but something human pushed through it. You were in a hurry, she continued. Your phone kept buzzing. You were late. My stomach twisted. Don't know what you're talking about. She reached into her coat pocket slowly, carefully, and pulled something out. A phone. My phone. The screen lit up. A cracked screen. A familiar crack, one I remembered too well. My breath caught. That's impossible, I said. She tilted the phone so I could see the notification. Missed call, unknown number, time, 2:14 a.m. My chest tightened. I remembered that night. Rain, a dark road. A turn one took too fast. No, I whispered. That wasn't me. You were driving, she said calmly. Just like tonight, the fog thickened around the car, pressing in on the windows. You didn't stop, she continued. You didn't even slow down. My hands started trembling. I didn't see anyone, I said desperately. She met my eyes in the mirror. You never looked back. Silence swallowed us. Then she spoke again, quieter this time. My name is Emily. The name hit me like a punch. A memory surfaced. Police lights, a report, a question I never answered properly. Did you see the pedestrian? I died on this road, she said. And every night since, someone like you picks me up. The app chimed. Final destination approaching. Tears burned my eyes. I'm sorry, I whispered. She didn't smile this time. I know, she said, but sorry doesn't cancel the ride. The fog parted just enough to reveal a single headstone ahead. Her name carved into stone. Emily Carter, 1998 - 2019. The car rolled to a stop. The doors unlocked. Trip complete. But she didn't get out. She leaned forward one last time and whispered, "You still have one more stop." The app updated. "New passenger request incoming." The request appeared instantly. No waiting, no countdown, just a vibration in my hand. "New passenger request. Pickup location, Pine Ridge Road. Drop off, Hillview, same as before." My stomach dropped. "I'm done," I said out loud. "I'm not taking anyone else." The car doors locked again. By themselves, the engine restarted. The headlight swung around, pointing back toward the road we had come from, except the cemetery was gone. No gate dot, no headstones dot, no fog. Just a narrow road cutting through trees. Emily was still in the back seat, but she looked different now, faded, like her edges were dissolving into the shadows. "You don't get to stop yet," she said gently. "Not until you understand." The car moved forward. I tried to scream. Nothing came out. The clock blinked. 1:47 a.m. I stared at it, my heart racing. "That's not possible," I whispered. Emily followed my gaze. "This is when it always starts," she said. "The moment you chose not to stop." The app buzzed again. "Passenger waiting." Up ahead, a figure stood at the roadside. A man this time, tall, still. Head lowered. I slowed the car without meaning to. "No," I said. "I'm not doing this." "You already are," Emily replied. The man opened the back door and got in. The temperature dropped even further. He didn't sit beside Emily. He sat through her, like she wasn't fully there anymore. I felt my chest tighten. "Good evening," the man said calmly. His voice sounded familiar. Too familiar. "Destination?" I asked weakly. "Hillview," he said. "Where else?" I checked the mirror. My blood ran cold. The man's face looked older, tired, hollow, but it was unmistakably mine. I slammed the brakes. The car didn't stop. Emily's voice trembled. "That's what happens," she said, "when you keep driving." The man in the back smiled faintly. "You never wondered what happened to you after the crash," he said. "What are you talking about?" I shouted. He leaned forward. "You died too," he whispered. Just later, my breathing became frantic. "I'm alive," I said. "I'm driving. I'm here. Are you?" he asked calmly. The road ahead split in two. One path led back toward the city lights, distant and faint. The other descended into darkness. The app spoke. "Choose a route." Emily looked at me one last time. "This is where it changes," she said. "For you." The man behind me leaned closer. "Or where it ends." The steering wheel trembled under my hands, and for the first time, the choice was mine. The headlights split the road like a knife. City lights ahead, faint, almost a memory. Dark road below, nothing but black, swallowing everything. Emily's voice was soft now. "Choose, one or the other." I gripped the wheel until my knuckles ached. My heart pounded. Every instinct screamed to turn back, to escape. But the air inside the car, it was heavy, thick, watching me, waiting. The man in the back, my own face, leaned closer. "Why are you afraid?" he asked. "Because the choice doesn't matter. You'll drive either way." I froze. You're me," I whispered. He smiled, faint. "Part of you, part of the ride. Everyone who drives it ends up like this. Eventually." I slammed my foot on the brakes. The car shuddered. The tires screeched. Nothing happened. The steering wheel moved on its own, turning toward the dark road. The blackness stretched endlessly. Wanted to close my eyes, to wake up, to scream, but the car was moving whether I wanted it or not. Emily leaned forward. "Some things never let go," she said. "Some rides never end." The app pinged again. "Passenger waiting." Through the windshield, I saw another figure. A woman this time. Waiting, smiling faintly, silent. The road ahead twisted, branches reached out. Scratching the paint, I tried to swerve. The car stayed steady. My reflection in the rearview merged with the man's face behind me. My eyes, his eyes, one the same. And then the realization hit me. This wasn't a ride I accepted. This was a ride I always accepted. A cycle, a loop. A path for everyone who drives alone at night when no one is watching, Emily whispered. Almost kindly, "Welcome to the route that doesn't end. You're exactly where you belong." The dark road stretched forever. No turning back, no escape. Only the next passenger.